So basically I have my time codes. And now we need to figure out how to convert it into a format that EDL will that will adhere to the EDL format, basically. So what do we need to do to achieve that? So the EDL format is uh, in seconds, but this is in this other format. So I'll have to think a little bit here to figure out what to do. I was thinking of using Lua here, actually like insert a bit of Lua code into the bash script, because for a couple of reasons. First of all, we are going to need um, to escape the file name here according to like as per what is explained in this section. I explained the escaping also in that video that I showed earlier in the beginning of this video. So you can take a look at that if you want to learn more about it. But basically, Lua can calculate this number very easily, and so that's one reason to use Lua. And another reason is that Lua can do math like without anything like that's real cumbersome. Bash can't do it by like it can do arithmetic, but it can't do like floating point numbers like 1.02. It doesn't know what that means, so it does know what 1 means. So but there's a command called BC that's like a calculator that I could use for this too, and I could calculate this number with bash as well by using the WC command, but since there's Lua which can do both, and MPV player uses Lua, it just makes way more sense to use Lua for this kind of thing. So that's I think what I'm gonna do. But yeah, okay, so I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's see. So I got rid of the escape sequences. Now I have just the subtitle, like that time codes in that weird format that's that needs to be converted to into seconds with milliseconds. And yeah, how do I do that? So I can. So let's see. We also need file name. Where's the file name in this whole thing? Yeah, the file name. I think it's this. Let me check, because I wrote this a while ago, but I'm pretty sure that it's that. Printf. Oops. Yeah, it is that. Okay, that's good. So, since this is gonna be for, we'll also need a specific path for the file, because this is gonna be storing things in the temporary directory, and I'll probably just use the absolute path and to the file. And so let me see, there's this real path utility that can deal with converting paths I'm wondering if it can do it with, like, if it can make an absolute path for me, or if I need to do some stuff with bash variables instead. Real path .sv, I think that's our file. Yeah, okay. So just a real path, and it seems like it gives us the absolute. Yeah, okay. Print the resolved absolute file name. All but the last component must exist. All components of the path must exist. Canonical is missing. Yeah, this has to do with like symbolic links and stuff. I guess yeah, I kind of can't wrap my head around all the possibilities right now. I don't know if I need to worry about the symlinks. Probably not. So I can probably just, I mean, I can even like avoid the real path thing altogether and just, no, that's not good, because basically it can, I thought maybe I could use like, you know, pwd print working directory. That's the variable in bash that's always set to the current directory, and then I can put together the path like this. But what if it's the path is passed as an absolute path in the first place? Then I'll get a mess. Let me prove that to myself as well as you. So I can just, let me see, so let's pass an absolute path here instead. So I'll just like use a real path to get an absolute path for that file. And we do not get the correct output because like it appends. So then I would need to like check with bash for like whether that's an absolute path or not. And like, why not just use real path in the first place, right? I mean, I could avoid using another external command, but is it really worth it? Like the check that I would need to run would be basically, so let's just call it P for now. So it's gonna be like if this like the path to file starts with /, then P equals this, otherwise P equals that. I mean, it's not, I don't know, like I don't know which one is better. Who like it's just wait, what the heck happened there? What did I do? Oh, okay. Or no, wait. Yeah, I forgot the quote here. Right. So this works, and if it's not an absolute path but a relative one, it works too, right? I think so. Looks okay to me. Well, okay, let's try this. I don't know, like, let's avoid using another external process since it's not entirely necessary. So, okay, so now Lua. How do we tie Lua into this whole thing? Man, I've been coding for an hour, but I guess that's just like, that's expected. So let's see, Lua. Lua can take an argument that contains, yeah, so like this dash E thing is what I'm gonna be needing to use. So like Lua dash E, and I just want to figure out, so let's just call it test2. So I just want to pass a couple of arguments here and just see how I can pass things to Lua in this fashion. So yes, script args, and yeah, if I could only remember how to get the positional arguments in Lua. Is it like argv something? But no, I'll have to Google this. Lua get positional arguments. Why is it talking about named arguments? I remember that I knew this, but I guess I forgot. Let's see, I think, yeah, I have a bookmark for this Stack Overflow page, so there's probably an answer here. Oh, it's just arg, I think. Okay, let's see, arg 1. Lua is interesting because it doesn't, like, it's 1 indexed, not 0 indexed, so like all the arrays start with 1. And null value, okay, so it's not that. Cannot open test1, no such file or directory, but I only wanted to pass arguments. How do I pass arguments without the script? Man, it wants like an external file. Well, this is a pain. I mean, there's probably a way to like do this, but let's see. Script. The given options are executed, and then the Lua program in the file script is loaded and executed. The given args are available to script. Well, I can actually, yeah, I mean, I could use that process substitution in bash and like put a, like fake it basically for Lua. Let me try that. But maybe that's not the best way, but I just want to test it out to see. if it does what I think it would. So I'll need to like print this, print f. Oh. Okay, it prints that arg. Okay, so now I got my positional argument 1 and 2. But I mean, do I need to like do this thing? Wouldn't Lua just be able to just use this -e option without a script, but still pass some? I mean, according to this syntax, it seems that the script file has to be passed if you want to have the arguments, basically. So there's probably no way around it. I mean, what can I ask Google? Like Lua use -e without script, and I don't know, like positional arguments. I mean, I guess I could let it go and just use the command substitution, because there's no like real issue with that. Oh, wait a second, look at the arguments given in the command line before script, including the name of the interpreter, are available in negative indices in arg. That's interesting. So like, let's see what -1 contains. Lua. Okay. Print test. So it even can take this code and like put it into the arg -1, and -2 will be -e, and -3 will be Lua. What is -4? No, okay. Yeah, I think this suggests that that's probably you're supposed to be using. I mean, there's no way to do it with just by passing the script as an argument to the interpreter like this. And also, like, it seems that, like, at this point, Interesting. This is the file name. The arg0 is the file name, or the scripts. Yeah, the name of the script file, and this is just what basically this gets converted to a file descriptor. It's like this pseudo file that the operating system creates if you use a process substitution. So, but what I wanted to just quickly check is print arg. So like at this point the arg doesn't even exist. So it looks like, yeah, to use the kind of to pass arguments like this, you have to have a script here, because this doesn't even have the arg array there at all. Like it just doesn't exist. So but over here, if I say print arg, oops, come on, what am I doing? Print arg. Oh, I deleted the parentheses. Here, like, it shows up as table. So, yeah, I mean, I think this proves it. Okay, I'm good with that. So, okay, positional arguments. So, what should we do? So, we are gonna have Lua. We're gonna have a script here, and then we're gonna have to pass three things to it: the file name and the two time codes. So now, okay, yeah, maybe we can pass just two arguments and then parse out the time codes inside Lua. I'll decide later as I go. So, but over here we'll have to have printf then %s \n, and over here we'll have the script, and to the script we will pass basically this thing, which I don't have to like save anywhere. I just can like, this is why I like Bash. You can do like things like this. It just kind of becomes very concise representation. Like you don't need to create any extra variables. It kind of, when you know what all of these things mean, it's like, it might look like just kind of a lot of confusing code, but it's not confusing at all once you understand the meaning of each construct. So I guess, yeah, like I'll just use printf here, I think, and pass it to Lua in the same fashion I passed, in the same way that I passed this output of sed. I'll just pass the output of printf to Lua. So yeah, this is gonna be a long video, but that's okay. So I don't need this. Let's quote this. Cut this from here and paste it in here. I will separate this and put it on separate lines so that it's cleaner. Uh, so let's see if this works. Print. Yeah, one thing that's not so great about using, like, having a script within a script like this is that you have to worry about the quoting. So, like, I'd like to avoid using single quotes, so maybe I'll use double quotes for this, but yeah, I'll see how it plays out. Or I don't actually need the quotes here, but I might need them at some point. So arg 1 and arg 2. Yeah, okay, it prints out what we wanted. That's good. So now we're sort of like shifting to using Lua as our language for a while. So that's gonna be, yeah, what we're gonna be working with. So I need to format this. Let me just kind of quickly look up the syntax so I don't try to like remember it like do it all from memory, because there's this string.format function and I just want to have like a reference here somewhere. Just the syntax, please. Lua manual. .1. I mean, it probably hasn't changed, but I think I'm at 5.4 at this point. So, oh, it is 5.1. Well, I guess, yeah, whatever. I mean, someone might have a later version installed, but it's a basic function. It's fine. String.format. Okay. So yeah, this is good. This is what I wanted to have. So this works basically like printf, but yeah, like kind of, but within Lua. So we are going to do some stuff with it. String.format. Quote or parentheses, double quotes, and yeah, then all the arguments. So let's do this at first. Is this right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, okay, so now it is kind of, this now comes out of this string.format function. Now we need to do some stuff here. So we need to calculate the like that number for escaping in EDL, and here it is. So like this number, and this is basically the length of this. Like in Lua, it's very easy to calculate. It's simply the length of the string. So that's it. Like we've calculated it. So I'll have like 3 parameters instead of 2. Passed to string.format. and it's gonna be like string, and what is the format there? It's 2% signs, and I'll have to double the percent signs because that's to escape them for the string.format function, so that they're treated as literal percent signs and not like this one that introduces a parameter. Or precedes that like letter that shows that something is gonna, like one of the parameters is gonna be inserted there in a specific format. So then the comma, and so okay, now I need to use another function in Lua, which is the match function. And this is like a bit takes a bit of working out, but it's not that bad. Gmatch or match, I don't quite remember yet, because like Gmatch is global match and dot match is looks for the first match. If it finds one, the match returns the captures from the pattern. I think that's all we need. What's Gmatch? Returns an iterator function. Yeah, we just need match. That we only have one instance there. We just need to take the time codes and split them into two, like put them into two different, kind of like two different variables. But like I'll show you what I mean in a second. So pattern, what is init? Specifies where to start the search. Okay, that we can skip that. So we're gonna be performing a match. Actually, I think I can just like go arg2 dot match, and then we're gonna use a Lua pattern here, which is kind of similar to regular expressions, but it's not regular expressions. It's just like it looks like them. Patterns here. So like the format, they use percent signs for like the escape character instead of backslashes, but like a lot of things kind of it's in the same vein as regular expressions, but I read somewhere that they are technically not regular because there's some specific technical definition of what that means, which I don't fully understand, but so Lua patterns are something different, but they can be used for the same purpose. So yeah, we need to match that. I also need to convert that to things. And man, this is this is a pain, but so should I match like, yeah, I guess I'll sort of split this entire thing into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like variables, let's say, and then I will do some math on that to convert that to seconds with milliseconds, and then I'll pass, like then I'll boil it down to just two numbers, and then those two numbers will go here. So yeah, all right. Sounds like a plan. Let's do that. So we need to match a digit. %d represents all digits. What's the repetition like syntax? Like if I have 2 digits, is there a way to do like curly brackets? I guess you just have to repeat the thing. You can't do like with regex. You can put the number in the curly braces, and then that will signify that like repeat that character or that pattern X number of times. Do not support limiting quantifiers. Yeah, okay, sounds fine. So it's %d, %d, because there's 2 digits here, and then a colon, and again %d, %d, colon, %d, %d, comma, %d, 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 space. Could there be some weird situation where there's like more than one space there? I don't know if SRT format supports that. Maybe I should do like 2 separate. Maybe I should split them with sed in the first place, like into 2 things. But no, that's fine. And then just repeat the entire thing again. Let's see what that does. Okay. Bad argument. String expected. I guess maybe I can't do it like this. Oh yeah, okay. I just yeah. There should be a colon here, because like in Lua, when you use sort of like the equivalent of the Python or JavaScript method, you have to use a colon. Like, okay, but what happened just now? Nil. Well, that sucks. That's not what I wanted. Well, let me figure out what was going on. So, let's say just like 0, 0, 0, 0 dot match or colon match oh, forgot the comma. String dot match. Okay. 0, 0, 0, 0. So like, but can I just do it like a method? would be kind of more fun. Maybe I need to save it to a variable. Okay, yeah, that works. Fine. Okay, actually, let's. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let me just kind of save this. Let me clear up this mess. Open Lua again, and I'll save this to a variable. And I'll just go a colon match. And first I'll just match everything. And it needs this like thing. Yeah, I have a like Lua 5.1 in a later version. I remember because I used that like a later version on my Mac before, and you don't need like the equal signs like return like this. But I installed this Lua from just like Debian from apt, and they often have old versions of software. That's fine, it's not a big deal. So yeah, let me test out this thing. What's wrong with it? Well, what's going on? What's this stuff? Yeah, that's odd. Maybe there's some special character, or like minus is a special character, or a hyphen. Yeah. What? How did it end up with that? That's really weird. Okay, but oh right, okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay, so these need to be escaped, and let's play it safe and just like make it like any number of spaces there. %s represents all space characters, so I'll put that in there, and at least one of them, so like this. Now we need to use capture groups to capture the parts that we need for our calculation. And discard the rest. Okay, let's test it out. Hopefully it works. Yep, looks good. So now we have all the numbers separately, separated from each other. And now we can pass them to something like a function that we create, which we can like call convert time codes, and like this the three dots represent that like any number of arguments can be passed there. And so now I can just go convert time codes and pass all of that. And so since this arg2 colon match and like then all of this what this outputs is just like 8 values, like all of these 8 values will end up being positional parameters basically passed to the convert timecodes function, and now I can just print. I think I can do like this. Let me check that. It's been a while since I coded in Lua, like yeah, so I need to. Yep, that's right. Okay, so let me just kind of do like a small check to make sure that it is indeed what I think it is. Yes, it's what I think it is. Okay. So now the math. So it's hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So we just need to convert essentially the hours, minutes, and seconds to just seconds, and then the milliseconds just append to that directly. So how do I access? Is this gonna give me like the first number? Yep. Okay. And this the second number, right? Okay, yes. So all I need to do is basically convert hours to seconds and minutes to seconds. Like, let me start with minutes so that I don't confuse myself. So that means like times 60 converts, like minutes times 60 gives me second, and hours it's like, yeah, times 60 times 60, so like times 3600, and then arg3, which is seconds. I'm putting commas here, but it should be like plus and okay, yeah, well, okay, fine, I'll just create a variable here. Local a equals this. I think I'll just have to append the arg4 here and then convert it back to a number. But let's see what happens at this point. Unexpected symbol. Okay, so I think I need to convert this to string first. Can I avoid this somehow? Like, yeah, I can avoid it, or maybe I can't avoid it. Well, just a second. Let me see if the math works first, because there might be a problem with. Yeah, the math seems to be working. I thought there might be a problem with like data types. What if like these args are actually strings and not numbers? But it looks like it takes care of that by itself. Maybe there's like, what if I just put like parentheses around this? So it knows that that's math, but that's like string concatenation. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Well, in this case, I'll just have to concatenating that maybe like this. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of reluctant to use a lot of like these data type conversions because like it's clumsy. Let me see, Lua. So one concatenate with the dot. So this like it doesn't or okay, now I just don't get it. Like what are you talking about? So in what type was it? Or how do I get the type? String. Okay, but it can still like figure out that like if I go a plus 1, it can still know what I mean, right? So what's the problem there? Like why can't it do all on the same line? I guess it can't. It can't go like 1 plus and then do that. No, it can, so why isn't it working? Like, what's the problem here? Let me see, what was the error again? Unexpected symbol near dot. Okay, this is weird. Let's see. Let's take it apart. So let me see first if this works. Still doesn't work. Like, why not? Oh, I know why not. It's because like that's like, yeah. It's because of this the quotes. Because it's like it's bash. It's Lua within a bash script, and the quoting is not correct. I should use double quotes here, because it thinks that like this is basically like if I have it like this, it basically goes like bash interprets like this as like one string, then it add a dot to it, then continue. So like this quote basically ends up being a part of this bash string, and like Lua thinks that there's just one dot there, hence the unexpected symbol. So I just need to put double quotes there, and that should take care of it. So yeah, okay, so we got our first number. That's good. Now now our second number should actually be the length and not the just like the time code of the endpoint. So we'll need to calculate that length of the segment. 6, 7, 8. So let's first kind of get the start and end point. So this is the start and the end point. And so the second number, what we actually need is not the b, but b minus a. That's what we need. And now we have the length. So it's like start at 219.675 seconds and play for 1.417 seconds. So that's how EDL format, that's what it needs. Okay, so that's fine. Now, yeah, like now I need to return actually these two values. And how do I return multiple values in Lua? I think it's just like this. Let me call them start and end for clarity. Start end minus start. What did I mess up? Or I guess I put return here, maybe it's that. No. Oh, I can't use and, okay. And is, whatever, I'll just leave it at A and B right now. And is a reserved keyword because it closes like a function or like an if clause or anything like that, so I can't use end. What is going on? I just undid what I changed. Print. Okay, so return doesn't work like this, it looks like. I'll just Google it, I'm not gonna try to remember it. Lua return multiple values. Oh, they should be comma separate. Wait, but this is the same as what I have, I think. How's that, like... Well, let me try it without that, but I think... Oh no, okay, so that does make a difference. I just had an impression that sort of like... No, I thought you could like omit the parentheses in Lua, but that only you can do that only if there is one parameter that's being passed to the function, or yeah, the function, a function. in this case it's something different. Okay, that's fine. So now it's converting the time codes, but they don't go anywhere. But like I can put this stuff here instead of the arg2 thing, and now there's gonna be two outputs there, so I need to add another %s here. So and now we have like an EDL, a properly formatted EDL line. Man, it's been 2 hours. I didn't expect it to go this long, but I mean, I kind of did think that might happen. But it's okay. I think I just want to continue for a little while longer. Then I'll just have to like break it up into parts. Probably. We'll see. Okay. Lua. Right. So what I also thought would be neat to do is to give each of those lines like a name, so that because what EDL can do is like every segment that you put in there can appear as a chapter when you play it in MPV, and so like those chapters can have names too, and I'd like to like just the first part of the subtitle line to serve as the name for the chapter, for that virtual chapter. It would kind of make sense to do. So why don't I just kind of put that in as well, as long since we are already doing that, and it's not difficult at all. All I need to do is copy this line and add a backslash here, because it's breaking up a command into separate lines, and I'll use the line number 3, which is gonna be always basically the first line of the subtitle, and that's gonna be enough for a title. So, and yeah, it's also gonna remove all of the escape sequences if they're there, because there might be a match there, and that gets highlighted by using the escape sequences. By the way, those are called ANSI escape sequences, or escape codes. There's this nice gist on GitHub that someone posted that gives you the kind of everything you need to know basically about it. I'll link to this in the description too. So, okay. Yeah. All right. So we can now add another argument. So we have arg1, arg2, and now we have arg3 as well. So it goes in here, arg3, and we'll also have to escape it in the same fashion as we escaped the file name, you know, this thing. So we'll need to put like a number sign arg3 here as another parameter. So we have 5 of them now, and we're gonna have to go %, %s, %, and then %s again. Let's see what happens. Bad argument number 7, no value. How? What are you talking about? No value. Let me try to print that arg3. See if it gets passed in the way I think it should. Seems to be working, or what's going on there? Let me comment this out for a sec so that things are clearer. Okay, I don't get it. Like, why is it empty? Man, I'm used to using single quotes. I keep like. What? Like, how is that possible? That's really weird. Okay, let's get out of this Lua bit for a second and just work with sed and see what it does. Or what it doesn't do. Like, okay, I know what happened. Yeah, that's good that I actually caught this, because yeah, I shouldn't have like put the printing of the line like this as a flag to the substitute command, because it will only print if there was actually a successful substitution. So if like you disable Carler, for example, this wouldn't work. So that's good that I caught this. So I actually should have it like this. So now what it says basically, if we are at the second line, do this. If we are at the third line, do this. Sed manual is very useful to refer to, kind of just to, like, it's a good reference for like general for how to use sed, and like it has all the detail on all the commands and all of that stuff. I'll link to that in the description too. Yeah. So there were also a couple of tutorials that that were helpful to me in learning sed. They were from this Nixcasts channel. It's kind of like, you know, if you don't want to read you know, the manual and try to figure out it from text, here is like a good tutorial series on sed. I'll link to that in the description too. It's yeah, it's really good. Kind of gives you a good introduction, a good general introduction to a more kind of to the usage of sed that goes beyond just like using it for search and replace type of thing. But okay, so I fixed that, so now I should like now this should work. Nah, come on. Still no value. Well, how is there no value? Okay, I guess I rushed into that. Let me figure out what happened there. Well, okay, so I'm getting the first line for each subtitle here, so what is the problem? Let's try this. Okay, I'm getting the first line here, so it does get passed into the Lua script, so I have some mess in here that doesn't quite work. What was there again? Bad argument number 7 to format, no value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What argument number 7? Oh my god, this is a like. Okay, let me kind of remove this for a second. Just let's take it step by step. So double percent %s, double percent, right, and then a comma. Or not, no, there's no comma there. I don't know, maybe I put it, whatever I did, let's do this. Like, what is the, oh, I think I'm, no, wait, oh, this is just, bad argument number 6. I don't get it. Maybe, yeah, I think I know what the problem is. It's because, like, you can only pass a function like this that outputs multiple results, if basically, if it's the last one in the sequence of arguments. But if you have something after it, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, so only the first one ends up being passed, and then I get an error because of that. So I need to actually put it into like a output it, not output it, but put it outside of that string.format thing, and have a couple of variables here. So let's call it S for start, or yeah, I can just assign 2 variables right away, like S and L, start and length. S, L, and now I can go arg3, arg3, Yeah, but I didn't like add the thing here, so that's gonna be double percent, percent s, double percent. Again, percent s. Okay. So now we have what we were going for. Alright, I'm gonna take a small break and continue in a few minutes.